It has been called Dark Souls on gravel. Dirt Rally 2.0 is one of the hardest sim racing games on the market, but it is also one of the most fun when mastered. If you've never played a dirt rally game, you certainly can't compare the dirt games that exist both on console and PC. Those games are much more arcade, but Dirt Rally and Dirt Rally 2.0 are a completely different breed of racer. These games are meant to simulate realism in every way possible. The graphics are very beautiful, maybe not quite as much post processing as something like a Forza Horizon 5 or Forza Horizon 4, or even some of the other racing titles out there, both on console and PC. But Dirt Rally has a very clean look. It's very pretty, very smooth edges on everything. Everything interacts. If you hit a bush or a tree, it reacts to you being hit by your car. Also, it damages your car if you have the damage turned on, which why wouldn't you? Dirt Rally 2.0 represents and it is a challenge of patience. It's the most beautiful game when you get it right. It feels so good to control what feels like it's out of control, to drive these cars through these stages on rutted out roads. You can see the grooves in the road constantly changing the direction of the car, constantly fighting with the wheel for left and right and forward. You're constantly in a battle, and the worse you do, the worse it gets, because the further down the running order you are, the more people have run the course before you, which means it's even more deteriorated, which means you have to deal with even more obstacles in your way. Here we see some of the rallycross racing in Dirt Rally 2.0. The stages here, they're very good. They look good. The graphics are good and clean. The designs are good. The crowd and everything is well done. But these stages seem a little empty compared to the rally stages. The rally stages are handcrafted, scenic, beautiful. The rally cross stages, while still looking very, very good, just leave a little bit to be desired as far as character. They don't, and that's mostly just because of the locations. I mean, most of these rally course tracks are at actual road course tracks, such as like Silverstone, or I think there's another one in, I can't remember. I think it's Barcelona, but I could be wrong. But there's in a kind of a sterile environment, lots of concrete, dirt added into the infield. The racing is certainly a fun, change of pace compared to rally racing, because rally racing you're racing all by yourself, just you against the stage, whereas these rallycross races are very intense. There's lots of contact. The AI is not afraid to stick their nose in and get dirty with you. The AI is actually very, very good in this game as far as challenging you and then also defending their position when they're in front of you. They really don't make it easy on you. And in general, in Dirt Rally 2.0, the AI is extremely difficult. So if you're running a rally stage, you really have to be fast to be competitive at all. It took me so long to get to where I could even be competitive at all. And by competitive, I mean like in the top 20. Being able to get in the top 20 in a rally stage is an exercise in itself, because that even if the AI is set to, I think I have it set to 75, it is extremely difficult, and which is good. It's a simulator. It should be difficult because you're racing against what's supposed to be the fastest drivers in the world. So it's good that it's that difficult, but it can be frustrating when you're getting your feet under you and learning how to race. So you see, this is a little more of the rallycross racing here. I wanted to showcase some of that. You can see the dust effects are really, really good in this game. I think their dust effects might be the best volumetrics I've ever seen in a game. I think of like smoke effects in other games, whether it's a shooter or an adventure game. Even something like Forza Horizon 5 has incredible smoke effects, but the dust effects in Dirt Rally are really second to none. They look so realistic that it almost looks too good compared to everything else. You know, the road looks good, the car looks fantastic, the scenery around the car and the road look fantastic, but then the dust effects are so in depth and they're so detailed that they kind of stand out as being the most real thing in the scene at all times. And you'll see that here in just a minute whenever we switch to the replay camera. But you see here I'm driving a rear wheel drive rally car 240SX, or 240Z, excuse me. Great car. It's really, really fun changing from rear wheel drive to front wheel drive to all wheel drive. They all feel completely different and react completely different to your inputs on the throttle and the brakes. And you really have to learn each car. The amount of time I had to spend driving just to be able to make the video clips for this video was a lot. It was quite a lot. And you can see I'm not that great in the rear wheel drive cars, as I'm pretty tentative in this car right now. But still, you can see how it handles and how it drives. Still a lot of speed, even as tentative as I'm being, and the ability to push the car a little bit and keep the rear end from coming around. But you see here the dust effects that I'm talking about. They're just incredible. And this game's been out for a while now. It's certainly not new. And for it to have those volumetric dust effects that look so good, they look better than really anything else on the market, is really a testament to the work that somebody put a ton of work into the dust effects for this game. And they definitely earned their paycheck, that's for sure, because they did an incredible job. This game also has a ton of different daytime settings, whether it's afternoon, mornings, evenings, sunset, nighttime racing, and then it has, you know, rain, light rain, heavy rain, or then you can race on the circuits wet but not raining. So like after a rain, or maybe it rained the night before, the circuit will be wet. All of the surfaces will be reflective and shiny and have puddles, but the air is still clear. So there's so many different variations there. There's not any real-time weather effects that kick in. It's more so predetermined per the course. So if the course is rain, then it will be rain. If it's dry, it'll be dry. If the surface, you see here I'm driving a Group B car on a wet surface, but it's not raining, so it's cloudy and the surface is wet. That's the weather settings for this stage. And you can see the speed of the Group B car. The Group B cars are really, really well done. They're terrifying to drive. I don't know how many tries it took me to get as clean of a clip as I did with this car. It took a couple tries at least, but you can see with the Group B cars, their handling is actually not very good for these cars. They're extremely fast, extremely powerful, 400 or 500 horsepower in these cars. So you're very, very slow through the turns, but then on the runs between the turns, you really get up to some high speeds in these cars. And it makes for a really exhilarating challenge, because you know you have to kind of baby this thing through the corners and get on the brakes early, because the braking is not as good as it should be on a car this fast. But man, when you come out of a turn and you know you've got a few hundred meters and you can just mash the gas, it really gets up and goes, and it's a lot of fun. And of course they sound great too. The sounds in this game are unbelievable. The engines all sound unique. They all sound really, really aggressive. All the different exhaust notes, the turbo whine, the turbo blow off valves, the sound of the gravel under the tires or the asphalt under the tires, the car sliding under high speeds. All of these things sound so good, and here at the end of the video you'll get to see that firsthand. But you can see the surrounding areas. If you look in the distance, if you don't focus on the car itself but look at the distance in the map, the draw distance is really, really good in this game. So if you're coming over like a hill and you can see down over like a valley, it's all very, very detailed. It's not like really, really poor quality just because it's far from the camera. All of the trees and buildings and everything look really good, or rock sides or whatever it is. And the cool thing about Dirt Rally 2.0 is it has all this detail, from the bushes and the trees and the little dips in the side of the road and the bumps in the side of the road and small rocks, big rocks. And all of these things are there to kill you, because in Dirt Rally, if you come off the course just a little bit and hit a rock, it might be the very last mistake you ever make, because you can tear a wheel clean off your car. You can end your rally right there, or you can do enough damage to your car that it will start to break down. If you hit something with your front end, your radiator becomes damaged. If you are too hard on the wheels, hitting the corners or bumping off the hills, which you see me do quite a bit in this video, it will actually mess up the geometry of your wheels and tires, so that your car will no longer drive straight like it's supposed to. So then you're fighting against the car as well as the course, as well as the ruts in the dirt, and it just all snowballs into a complete mess. But it's at the same time so fun to experience. It's really fun limping a broken car with a ton of damage across the finish line and having the feeling of, I made it. Even if you know for a fact that you're going to finish dead last, it feels good to finish that course anyway. And this game really gives you that feeling of like survival. You feel like you survived the course and made it to the end. So here you see some racing in the snow. This is not something that I've done a ton of myself. There's only a few snow courses. I mean, well, there's a ton of different courses within each location, but there's only a couple of locations involving snow. And it's certainly not my favorite, as you can see as I pinball off the wall, the snow embankments and off the walls here. I don't have a lot of experience on ice and snow. It is really, really interesting. It's very challenging, and courses like this will be ice, 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 snow, 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 ice, ice, and then all of a sudden you'll hit a patch where the pavement is clear and you can fly again. And so you have to adjust your brain. Oh my God, now I have grip. Now I can go in this really fast car. And then right when you get up to speed and start driving like a rally driver again, then suddenly you start coming into more ice or more snow, and you have, or maybe a mixture of clear asphalt and then some ice and then some asphalt, and you just have to adapt on the fly while you're on a cliffside. And any huge mistake is going to end your rally in death. So it's really, really fun. It's really, really challenging. If you don't like games that are hard, you will not like Dirt Rally 2.0. It is extremely hard. But if you like being challenged and you like motorsport at all, even if you've never really had much experience with rally, if you if you like any type of motorsport, I would say give Dirt Rally a try, because it really is an amazingly well-made game. And you can just, when you're racing, when you're competing in the challenges and all the time trials and racing in excuse me, in the career mode and things like that, you can just see the love that they have for this type of racing. You know, it was made by people who love this motorsport and who are obviously big fans of it and very knowledgeable about what it means to race in a rally car. And it's something that, you know, Dirt Rally was really good, but had some serious flaws. Some of the cars were lacking a lot. I remember, for example, the Group B cars felt way too controlled in Dirt Rally, uh, considering how insane those cars were in real life. Excuse me. They should have been a little more out of control in that game. And with 2.0, they really captured that feeling of, oh my god, I'm gonna die every time you hit the gas. And it's truly uh, just a testament to the amount of work that went into the preparation for a game like this. Because something like a rally game, you know, it's gonna sell because people are so desperate. There's not very many of these on the market. There's not very many franchises going on the market, and so it's going to sell almost regardless of how good it is, unless it's just absolute trash. But they could just be churning these games out and kind of half-assing it as they go, but instead they're putting all this effort and all this work into making it as good as possible. And this truly is a worthy rally simulator. It's something that people have waited for years and years, and it did not disappoint. As you can see, I'm showing the replay on the snow and the ice here. The if you kind of pay attention, you'll notice that I have a huge soft spot for Subarus. I'm kind of a huge Subaru fan. We're about to show some night racing. I didn't want to show too much night racing because, you know, what you can see is kind of limited, you know, especially uh, in a game like this where it simulates that darkness so well. But you can see the night racing, the way everything kind of appears as you're driving. Um, the area outside your headlights is really, really dark. And if you make the mistake of taking damage to your front end and knocking out all of your headlights, you essentially can't finish the rally. You have to retire. I mean, I've seen people finish rallies with no headlights on YouTube, but it is a horrible experience because it is just pitch black. And that's incredible because most games, you know, wouldn't do that to you. They would make it where, you know, we've all played video games at night where it's almost daylight, even though it's supposed to be the middle of the night, you know, just for the gaming's sake, just so you can see what you're doing, you can see what's around you. But in Dirt Rally, they really wanted to make sure that they punished you for busting out your headlights, and if you manage to do that, you are in trouble. And you can see the lighting effects are really, really good. Some of these drive-by camera angles really show how the light interacts with the world, with the grass, with the trees, with the fences, with the road itself. Really, really awesome to see the amount of detail they put into this, because, you know, it's something that could have been an afterthought, but you can tell a lot of work went into making it look right and making it look, you know, really intense and really good. So you can see the headlights, the light coming into the cab of the car, being able to see the driver and the co-driver. Another thing I wanted to point out, the co-driver in this game is fantastic. Dirt Rally had an okay co-driver, wasn't, you know, anything wrong with it, but the co-driver in this one is just amazingly good. The guy's voice is perfect for that kind of job. He does an awesome job, and I have never felt like I made a mistake because he let me down in some way. I always feel like if I made a mistake, it's because I made a mistake, never because he didn't tell me in time, or he told me too soon, or he told me the wrong thing. I've never had that happen in all the time I've played this sim. So you can see here, excuse me, we're coming down to the finale of the video, and this is just it's a higher class of cars in the rally cross racing, and it was a really intense race that I had with a couple of cars here. First of all, the other Subaru was really intense racing with him in the beginning, and then I think it's a Ford, but I could be wrong. There's another car that I catch up ahead, and you can see how capable the AI really is. And I accidentally almost punt him off the road at least once. I hit him really good one time from behind because I misjudged the braking zone. And instead of just spinning out or freaking out, the AI just drives as if that's just part of what's supposed to happen. I mean, rallycross is a very physical form of racing, but you hit the AI car and they do not hesitate. They just continue right on their race. They keep doing what they're supposed to do, and they battle you so hard right down to the end. And it makes for some really, really fun racing. Like I said before, the rallycross racing is not how I spend most of my time in this game. I spend most of my time doing rally. There's one time I hit him in the back end there, and he just stays on course. But I do mostly, and there's the second time I hit him again, and this time I force him wide. But look at how he comes back on me, continues to fight. Even though he's getting off the course there, you see him overtake here on this high-speed turn. He's able to get inside of me and take the position back. They really, really make you earn it. And it took me forever to get good enough at rallycross racing that I could even keep up with the AI, because they're so fast and so intense. But what we're going to do is, after this clip of this rallycross race, I am going to let you guys watch a full run, it's about 9 minutes, a full rally in my favorite car, which is the Subaru Impreza. I think it's the 2003, but I could be wrong. But just to let you see not only the graphics, but hear the sounds, see everything in action, all the things we talked about in this video. Just see it all from beginning to end on a long, very challenging course. And just, you kind of get to see the sights and smell the smells and hear the sound effects and the engine whine and everything else. So that's how I'm going to leave you for this video. So I appreciate you guys watching. I've been having a lot of fun making these videos for the channel. I know I spent more time talking about Dirt Rally 2.0 as a sim than I did talking about the graphics of the game, but I think that this game deserves a little more than just how good the graphics are. Graphics are great, but the game itself is really, really deep, and it's really an awesome simulator. If you've never tried it, you can get it cheap. Give it a try. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this final run. This is my personal best on this course, this final run. So you're going to get to see one of the best rally runs I've ever done. There's some mistakes in there, but one of the best. So hope you guys enjoy it. See you next time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Back crest 30, crest and don't cut 3 right long tightens. Into 3 left over crest long tightens. 30. 3 right long, tightens over crest 30. Don't cut, open hairpin left. Opens. To keep middle of a crest, into 6 left, into 2 right long, tightens don't cut, opens, into cut 5 left, into 3 right long, 5 left, into 6 right long, opens of a crest 30, 4 left long, tightens 3, into 4 right long, opens, into 4 left long, opens, into 5 right, slow 30, open hairpin left. Into open hairpin right, opens, 30. right long, opens of a crest, into 5 left long of a crest, into slow, 2 right tightens, into 1 left, 2 right tightens, 30, don't cut, open hairpin left, into 4 right, caution 30, 2 right long tightens, into 4 left of a crest, long tightens, into 3 right long of a crest, into 4 left, to keep right of a crest, 30 through gate, 6 left of a crest long, into 2 right long, opens. Into 4 left, and 3 right long, into open hairpin left. 30. 4 left, into 3 right long tightens, into 2 left, into 6 right, opens 50. 3 right long tightens, into 3 left, into 3 right long tightens, into 6 left of a crest, 30, 2 right tightens, into open hairpin left, opens, 6 left, into 4 right tightens, into 5 left, and 2 right tightens, 1, into 4 left, and 3 right long, opens of a crest through gate, into 3 right long, tightens, into 4 left, into 4 right, into 5 left of a crest, extra long, into 5 right, into open hairpin left, 30, caution, 5 left, into 2 right long, tightens 1, tightens, into 6 left of a crest, 6 right, into 2 left tightens, into 2 right long, opens 30, 3 right long, into 5 left, and 3 right long, tightens of a crest, into 1 left, into 1 right tightens, into open hairpin left, into 2 right tightens, opens long of a crest, 30, open hairpin left, into 1 right, 30, 6 left of a crest, 30, open hairpin left, into 2 right, into 5 left, into 3 right long, 30, 3 right long, opens of a crest, into 1 left, into caution, 2 right, tightens 1, into 5 left, opens of a crest, into don't cut, 2 right tightens, 2 left, into 3 right, 30, 6 right, into 5 left, and 2 right tightens, into 1 left, opens, into 3 right tightens, into 3 left, into 1 right tightens, into 2 left, into 5 right, into 4 left, into 4 right long, opens 30, 4 right of a crest, into 2 left, into open hairpin right, into 6 left over crest, into 4 right tightens, into 3 left long, tightens, open hairpin left, opens, into 5 right, 30, 4 left long, into don't cut 4 right, into 4 left long, tightens, into 2 right long, opens, into 6 left long, over double crest through gate, into 3 right tightens, into 6 left, and 2 right tightens, into 6 left long, opens tightens, 3 left don't cut, into 4 right long, opens, into 2 right long, tightens over crest, into 2 left tightens, into 2 right tightens, into 3 left, 30, 4 right long, tightens 3, opens over crest, into 5 left, into 1 right tightens, into don't cut, open hairpin left, opens 30, 2 left tightens, into 3 right long, into 3 left long, into 2 right, extra long, opens over crest, into 1 left tightens, into caution, open hairpin right, into 2 left, into 2 right, into 3 left long, into open hairpin right tightens, into open hairpin left, opens over crest, caution 20, 2 right tightens, into 3 left, into 3 right, 30, 2 right long, opens, 30, 3 left long, tightens, open hairpin left over finish. How did the car feel in that stage? Do you want to make any setup changes at the next service?